You know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
When a song just hits you deep down and it feels like the artist really gets you.
Oh, absolutely. It's a powerful connection.
But we almost always focus just on the singer, the main name on the track. And maybe, just maybe, that connection we're feeling is actually woven by, well, a whole team of creative people.
That's exactly what we're diving into today. We've got some really interesting material here that pulls back the curtain a bit.
On the unseen architects of song, as they put it.
Yeah. The ghostwriters, the lyricists putting the feelings into words, the composers building the sound, and of course, those amazing studio musicians.
Right. So our goal, our mission for this deep dive, is basically to shine a light on these folks. The ones who do so much vital work, but, often don't get the spotlight.
It's about understanding how the music we love is really made, the whole picture.
And knowing this stuff, it actually makes you appreciate the music more, I think. It's not just like background info.
Definitely. It's this complex tapestry of talents, not just one person's genius usually.
Okay, so let's get into it. Ghostwriters first. That's such a fascinating setup, isn't it?
It really is. Think about it. You pour all your creative soul into a song.
Crafting the perfect hook, the melody.
Exactly. Maybe the lyrics, the bridge, everything. And then you know someone else's name is going on it.
It's this weird mix, isn't it? Like huge creativity, but you intentionally step back from owning it.
Yeah, the sources talk about that duality. How do they find the drive to create these unforgettable hooks or courses knowing they won't get the public credit?
It's almost like artistic anonymity by choice. Our sources mention the courage in seeding the byline. That takes something.
It really does. And they talk about this stealthy alchemy, turning simple musical ideas into real emotion for the listener, all from the shadows.
It's a unique skill, being able to channel another artist's voice like that, make it sound authentic.
Totally. And like the material says, even if we don't know their names, their impact, it's indelible, huge.
Okay, let's shift to the lyricists. The poets, really. I mean, how many times does a line in a song just perfectly capture something you felt but couldn't say?
All the time. And that's their gift, right? They anchor us to the song's heart, its soul.
They take these huge, messy human things, love, grief, hope, whatever,
and somehow boil them down into these intimate, powerful verses. It's incredible.
Yeah, a single phrase, just one metaphor can suddenly make everything click. It opens up understanding.
And the source material calls them architects of vulnerability. I love that phrase.
Me too.
Because they're brave enough to put raw feelings out there. And in doing that, they connect their personal story to something everyone can relate to.
It's like they give us words for our own inner worlds, providing comfort and sorrow, celebration and joy.
And solidarity.
Yeah.
Their words become these little signposts for our own emotions.
Okay, so from words to the music itself, the composers. The words building the actual sonic structure.
Right, the foundation. They're laying down the harmony, the rhythm, the whole framework.
They're the ones deciding the basic feel.
Yeah.
Is it going to be bright and happy with a major key, or more thoughtful, maybe sad with a minor key?
Exactly. That blueprint of tone, as the text puts it, it sets the stage emotionally.
But it's more than just keys, isn't it? It's how the whole song flows.
Oh, much more. Composers map out that whole journey, building tension with chords, releasing it, the dynamics, a sudden quiet bit or a huge swell. That's all composition.
And the little things, too, like the specific sound of a synth or a little piano melody that sticks with you or the drum beat.
Those choices create the whole atmosphere. They build these invisible worlds, as the source says, that just kind of live in your head while you listen.
Okay, and then bringing it all to life in the studio. The studio musicians.
Yes. The unsung virtuosos, often.
So the composer might write the parts, or maybe there's just a basic demo.
Right, and the session players come in and just elevate it. They transform that basic idea into the polished track we hear.
They add that human touch, that skill. The sources give great examples, like a guitarist playing an arpeggio that sounds like a sunrise.
Or a bass groove that makes you want to move. Or a violinist's vibrato just dripping with feeling.
Yeah, that nuance, that texture, it's irreplaceable.
They're called the final alchemists in the text, which feels right. They add that last bit of magic that software just can't quite capture.
And their performance, their skill, it's captured forever in that recording. It becomes timeless.
It really is the heartbeat beneath every hit. So much talent.
Which brings us back to why talking about all this matters.
Yeah, because if we only focus on the famous performer, we kind of miss the point, don't we? We risk reducing music just to celebrity or business.
And we forget that it's almost always a team effort.
Exactly. The sources emphasize honoring that communal spirit. Music is so often about shared ideas, inspiring each other, working together.
It's not usually just one lone genius. It's a tapestry woven from many threads.
That's a perfect way to put it.
So for you listening, what this really means is maybe listen a little differently. Look beyond the main artist.
Get curious about who else was involved in making that track you love.
It encourages you to appreciate the sheer craft involved, all the layers.
And understand the music that really connects often comes from this whole community of creators working together.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's just send out some appreciation for these unsung heroes.
Definitely. The ghostwriters, willing to let their brilliance shine through someone else.
The lyricists, mapping our feelings with their words.
The composers, building entire worlds just with sound.
And those incredible studio musicians, breathing life and soul into every single note.
We really hope their contributions get heard, get celebrated, and, are remembered.
So next time you put on a favorite song, maybe just listen it a bit closer. If you give out liner notes, sometimes tricky these days, I know, but take a look.
Yeah, let's try to acknowledge those invisible hands that shape the music that means so much to us.
Because really, their art is right there. And every chord change that gives you chills, every hook you can't get out of your head, every swell of sound that just hits you.
They truly are the quiet heroes behind the soundtrack of our lives, an unending inspiration.